and welcome to the third episode of this new channel, Darling Reacts. And today I am going to be looking at a performance of Ruby Keeler in the movie Ready, Willing, and Able, doing a number called Too Marvelous for Words. I am familiar with Ruby Keeler. She was a very, very well-known dancer from Hollywood. I think, maybe I'm wrong, I think she starred in 42nd Street, but I could be totally wrong. In any case, I was searching on YouTube for some stuff to react to, and I came across this, and it just stopped me in my tracks, and I immediately said, I have got to react to this. But then I realized the clip I saw was very short, and it's actually part of a larger number, so I wanted to sort of put it in context. So this is from a 1937 movie, and it's about 7 minutes, and let's see what's going on. I may stop it, or I may comment over it. It really depends on how much I have to say. So let's start. Okay.
Now is the time for all good girls to come to the aid of the boss. If I can land this prospect, girls, it may mean a contract for life.
To whom is the letter going?
To my prospective wife. My dear prospective wife.
No, no.
My dear prospective sweetie. As I reply to yours of recent date.
You sound as though you're drawing up a statistician's treaty. Suppose I help you out as you dictate?
You're just too marvelous.
You're just too marvelous.
Too marvelous for words.
Too marvelous for words.
Like glorious.
Like glorious.
And glamorous.
Glamorous.
And
that old standby amorous.
it's all too wonderful.
It's all too wonderful.
I'll never find the words that...
You'll never find the
that
words
say enough.
that say enough.
Or tell enough.
Tell enough.
I mean, they just aren't swell
You
enough.
mean they just aren't swell enough?
You're much too
You're
much.
much too much.
And just too very, very.
And just too very, very.
To ever be.
To ever be.
To ever be.
In Webster's dictionary.
And so.
I have to stop because this has got some good rhymes. Good rhymes like rappers, like the Beastie Boys. Some good rhymes. Also, I like the use of some now dated slang like swell. I think they used to say swell a lot on Leave It to Beaver. I also wanted to comment on this incredible, quote, office. It looks more like a library, but he's the boss, and I don't know. I could be wrong, but they look more like they're I don't know, shop girls or they're office girls. He definitely has a secretary or stenographer. So let's see where this goes. The music has started, but I think it builds up and up.
Oh, I'm borrowing a love song.
And so you're borrowing a love song
From the birds.
From the birds.
To tell you that you're marvelous.
To tell you that you're marvelous.
Too marvelous.
Too marvelous
For words.
for words.
May I express just one P.S.? You're just too marvelous.
Hold on. Please pay attention to the background. 1, it's Art Deco. Number 2, the women on the shelves, I guess maybe it is a library, are all on ladders that are moving in sync. So the set is choreographed.
Too marvelous for words.
Like rapturous, fabulous.
Your voice is tintinabulous. It's all too wonderful and ordinary words.
We're the typewriters.
Like magical, mystical.
Seem just too apathetical.
The sweetest words.
I have a good vocabulary, but
Shelley's lyrics.
Aren't sweet enough
This'll kill you.
to be your panegyrics.
And so you're borrowing a love song from the birds.
see, you can't do songs with big words like this anymore. No, I'm sure this is completely facetious and probably referring to the fact that they are working in a library. But what did he say? Tintabulous? Something like that. Anyways, this is great. It sort of reminds me of The Wizard of Oz when the wizard is talking to the lion and uses all these ridiculously big words because he's trying to sound smart, but he can't even say the words. Philanthropist. He tries to say philanthropist.
To tell you that you're marvelous, too marvelous for words.
Please send it off without delay. She's got to get it right away.
Dear perspective. Oh, satin dress.
You're just too marvelous. Too marvelous? Too marvelous for words. Too marvelous for words? Like rapturous. Rapturous? Fabulous. Fabulous? Your voice is tinabulous. Now what on earth can that word be? Why don't you call him up and see? You've written such obscure words, I can't understand your letter.
I know they're very poor words. Perhaps you'd like these better. Adorable and amorous and glorious and glamorous are insufficient when applied to you. To be euphemistical, to be eulogistical, I have to originate a million words that no one ever knew. I try to be logical and sensible, but I'm incomprehensible whenever I begin to find a phrase. For they never say enough, and they never tell enough. I've already told you no vocabulary swell enough. What'll I do to say the things I have in mind?
Stop. These girls' hair. Oh. I know it took effort, but oh, so nice, so nice.
It's really absurd there isn't a word to fit you. No matter where I look, I only seem to find delectable, delirious, magnificently mysterious. You're simply too spectacular to be in my vernacular. And so you see, I'm forced to go to the birds.
Spectacular
The reason must be quite
vernacular.
apparent that you are just too utterly wonderful and marvelous for words.
I don't know what he's driving at, but I'll just have to answer that. You're just too marvelous. I don't know any...
Hold on. I like the notion that this woman has her own personal harem, or she's got all her girlfriends over and they're all wearing like cocktail dresses with cleavage. What the heck?
words, but
Oh, here we go. Wow. Did they actually build this as a set? I think so. Oh my god. Who choreographed this? Oh, and so you've got the tapping of the tap dance, but it sounds like a typewriter. That's gotta be really hard to dance on all these little platforms. Not to mention all the people kicking their legs without being able to see. This is so great. Oh, they're getting faster and faster. Oh, it's at, wait, is it actually writing in the background? I mean, scrolling up anyways. I wasn't paying attention. This is too marvelous for words.
Dear Jane, I'm writing this to tell you I was wrong. I think you're just colossal. You've made this whole thing possible.
You thought she threw you down.
This'll kill you. He gave her the air.
And you did it very well.
But you came through like Frank Merriwell.
In spite of all our acting and pretending, now boy meets girl, and there's a happy ending.
And so he's borrowing a love song from the birds to tell you that you're marvelous.
Wow. So, closing number on this movie, which I think was called Ready, Willing, and Able. Okay, that was awesome. I'm gonna move this over here now. So what did you all think about that? I love musical set pieces. I mean, you get, a regular musical that might be set in, I don't know, a classroom or an alleyway or whatever. I mean, and that's in its way a set piece. But I mean, the way it used to be done, where they would build a set that was so over the top amazing. I mean, Busby Berkeley is the big example, but these shows, these movies that have Fred Astaire, and he has this stairway that's custom designed for him for maximum effect, or for him and someone else, or for him and a whole series of guys, and obviously all kinds of women. It's so impressive to me. Another thing I like about this, and this you see over and over again in these sort of scenes, is the shiny floors, the really, really shiny floors. Of course, I see them and think, "Oh, if I walked on that, especially in high heels, I'd just fall on my ass." So anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed this. Again, I have never seen this scene, so all this stuff was genuine. And I do have questions. I kind of want to look up some background on, how did they build that typewriter and who did the choreography and stuff. But for now, I'm just going to hit stop and get this posted.